Top 10 of the fastest cars in the world. Of all the cars in the world, only one has a verified top speed record above 300 miles per hour. The first production car with a recorded speed was the 1894 Benz Velo that had a top speed of just 12 miles per hour. Few verified records exist from that point until around 1950, when the Jaguar XK120 set a production car speed record of 124.6 miles per hour. Not to be confused with the tuned prototype that managed to hit 133 miles per hour. From this point on, it became a trend for automotive publications to do their own top speed test. Even the venerable McLaren F1 was tested by Car and Driver, and in 2005 we got our first government official speed record set by the Bugatti Veyron EB 16.4 and verified by German inspection officials in 2005. It was that moment when the official challenge between manufacturers kicked off, and since then there have only been a handful of cars up to breaking the record. 1. McLaren Speedtail, 250 miles per hour. The McLaren Speedtail was introduced in 2019, and it's considered a spiritual successor to the iconic F1. But that's mostly because it features a 3-seat layout with the driver's seat in the center. Unlike other cars on this list, the Speedtail is a hybrid, combining a twin-turbo, 4.0-liter V8 gasoline engine with an electric motor. McLaren says that the Speedtail is able to hit 250 miles per hour, which makes it the company's fastest vehicle yet. However, the British firm has yet to release proof that the Speedtail is indeed capable of such speeds. 2. Bugatti Veyron, 253.8 miles per hour. The fourth Bugatti on our list, the standard Veyron, is the first production car that surpassed the 250 mph mark. And it did it back in 2005 when it put an end to McLaren's long-standing record set with the F1 in 1993. The Veyron, equipped with an early version of the 8.0-liter W16, hit a top speed of 253.8 miles per hour on April 19, 2005. Its record stood for 2 years, but it was recaptured by the Supersport version and then by its successor, the Chiron. This is the only Bugatti in our list that generates less than 1,000 horsepower. The W16 used in the original Veyron cranks out 987 horses and 922 pound-feet of torque. 3. SSC Ultimate Aero, 256 miles per hour. The Ultimate Aero is the car that briefly stole the record from the Bugatti Veyron. Until the Veyron Super Sport came to take it back. SSC set its record in 2007 with a twin-turbo version of the car. The Ultimate Aero hit a top speed of 256.1 miles per hour somewhere in West Richland and held the record until 2010. The Ultimate Aero was discontinued in 2013 after several limited edition models, but SSC is now working on a new contender for the world's fastest production car, the Tuatara. While the record car came with 1,183 horsepower and 1,094 pound-feet of tap, SSC increased power to 1,300 horses toward the end of production. It also switched the original 6.3-liter V8 with a 6.9-liter engine. 4. Koenigsegg Agera R, 260 miles per hour. The Agera RS may be the fastest of its kind, but the Agera R isn't far behind. Produced from 2011 to 2014, the Agera R featured the company's legendary 5.0-liter V8 engine, capable of up to 1,124 horsepower and 885 pound-feet of torque. The Swedish firm used this car to set a handful of records for production cars in 2011, but these were eventually reset by the Agera RS. Although it didn't set a record for top speed, the Agera R was nearly as fast as the Bugatti Veyron Supersport at 260 miles per hour. This benchmark places it in 5th place on our list and makes it the second Koenigsegg to make our top 10. 5. Bugatti Chiron, 261 mph. The standard Bugatti Chiron made it on our list as one of Bugatti's. Introduced in 2016 as a replacement for the Veyron, the Chiron retains the quad-turbo W16 engine, but power was upgraded to 1,479 horsepower and 1,180 pound-feet of torque. The Chiron's top speed is officially limited to 261 miles per hour, which is a bit below the Veyron Supersport. On the other hand, the Chiron Super Sport tops the list with more than 300 miles per hour, so we know there's plenty of potential under the hood. 6. Bugatti Veyron Super Sport, 268 miles per hour. The Bugatti Veyron may be 17 years old as of 2022, but it's still among the fastest supercars ever built. Actually, the record set by Bugatti in 2010 places the Veyron in this list with a top speed of 267.8 miles per hour. This benchmark was achieved with a beefed-up model called the Veyron Super Sport. Bugatti built a special run of 30 cars called World Record Edition to celebrate the event, but these vehicles are limited to 258 miles per hour to protect the tires. The Super Sport was also the most powerful version of the Veyron, with its 8.0-liter W16 rated at 1,184 horsepower, 197 more than the regular model. 7. Hennessy Venom GT, 270 miles per hour. The Venom GT was introduced in 2011 and remained in production until 2017. Despite the seemingly long run, only 13 cars were built. Based on the Lotus Exige, the extensively modified Venom GT features a twin-turbo, 7.0-liter V8 engine under the hood. Based on General Motors' LS7 V8, the unit pumps out up to 1,244 horsepower and 1,155 pound-feet of torque. The Venom GT hit its highest top speed in February 2014, when it reached 270.4 miles per hour on Kennedy Space Center's shuttle landing strip in Florida. Although the speed was higher than the world record at the time, it did not qualify for the Guinness Book of Records because Hennessy's run was in a single direction. 8. Koenigsegg Agera RS, 278 miles per hour. The most powerful version of the Agera RS, became the world's fastest car on November 2017, when Koenigsegg hit an average speed of 277.9 miles per hour. The record lasted less than 2 years, but the Agera RS still owns a handful of benchmarks, including acceleration from 0 to 200 miles per hour, braking from 200 to 0 miles per hour, and 0 to 200 miles per hour and back to a full stop. Unlike Bugatti, Koenigsegg didn't build a limited edition version of the Agera RS to celebrate the record, but the RS itself was limited to 25 examples. 9. SSC Tuatara, 295 miles per hour. It's not uncommon to see the controversy surrounding top speed records, especially when it comes to breaking the once mythical and downright impossible 300 mph barrier. It all started in October 2020 when the SSC Tuatara supposedly hit a high speed of 331 miles per hour, which would have made it the fastest car in the world by a long shot. It took mere hours before people started pointing out discrepancies in the videos and, sure enough, what would have been a record-breaking run just couldn't be verified. SSC is still anxious to prove that the Tuatara is the fastest car in the world, and it made a second attempt. Unfortunately, that second attempt wasn't as good as the first, but it did set an official record of 282.6 miles per hour, pushing the Koenigsegg Agera RS out of the second position, leaving the Bugatti Chiron Supersport 300 Plus as the current fastest car in the world. Although there have been a lot of controversies surrounding the SSC Tuatara's top speed in the past, it looks like we finally have a conclusion. The automaker decided to put it all to bed by attempting one other run and putting all skeptics to rest. While it's not a 316 miles per hour run, or even over 300 miles per hour, for that matter, but it's definitely better than the 282.6 miles per hour. The Tuatara touched 295 miles per hour, thus beating its own record and claiming the 4th spot on this list of the fastest cars in the world. 10. Bugatti Chiron Supersport 300 Plus, 304 miles per hour. The standard Bugatti Chiron is already among the fastest cars in the world with a top speed of around 261 miles per hour, but the French firm wanted to set a new record, so it created an even more potent beast. Bugatti took the slightly more powerful engine from the 110, rated at 1,578 horsepower, 99 more than the standard Chiron. Added longer gear ratios to the gearbox, and crafted a revised aerodynamic package that increases the car's length by almost 10 inches. The modified car hit a top speed of 304.7 miles per hour. To celebrate the event, Bugatti built a production model based on the prototype called the Chiron Supersport 300 Plus. This car is limited to 30 examples, enough to validate the speed record with the Guinness World Records. Like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel.